This is number 36 from the book problem. A couple things about this problem. First of all, the first time I wrote this problem down, I missed the negative in front of the 4 on the last term because the book tucks the negative right in front of the fraction bar, and it can be very easy to miss. So when you're taking things out of the book, be careful because they kind of tuck those negatives in places where it's hard to see. Okay, what do you think we are going to need to do first in this problem? We're going to need to factor that x squared minus 6x minus 16. So we're looking for two numbers that multiply to give us negative 16 and add up to negative 6. 2 and negative 8. Now stop for a minute and look at the other two denominators. Do you see anything interesting about the other two denominators? They are giving you a clue about how this trinomial is going to factor. So because of how these problems are typically put together, if you're struggling to figure out the two numbers to make the trinomial factor, look at the other denominators for a clue. So if I spread this out a little bit, we've got 5 over x plus 2. Give myself some space. This term is 2 over x plus 2, x minus 8, equals negative 4 over x minus 8. There's two ways that we could do this problem. We could get a common denominator between the two fractions on the left, simplify that down so that we have one fraction on the left equals one fraction on the right, then we could cross multiply. That sounds like a lot of steps and a lot of work. So instead, I like to destroy the fractions. When you think about destroying the fractions, you want to multiply every single term by the factors that you see in the denominator. What factors do you see in the denominators? There's x plus 2, and there's x minus 8, and then there's some combination of x minus 2 and x plus 2 and x minus 8. So we're going to multiply everything by x plus 2, x minus 8. And if you multiply every single term in the equation by the same thing, you can multiply it just to the tops, and it's altering every term in the same way and still making the equation valid. Okay, now let's destroy the fractions. The x plus 2 cancels, leaving us with 5 times the quantity x minus 8. In the next fraction, they both cancel, leaving you with simply the 2. And in the next fraction, x minus 8 cancels, leaving you with negative 4 times the quantity x plus 2. What do you think we need to do next? Distribute. So we've got 5x minus 40 plus 2 equals negative 4x minus 8. Okay, at this point, you're going to have to think about what you have. If you have all plain x's, you're just going to finish solving. If you have x squared and x, you're going to have to get one side equal to 0 and factor and solve. So at this point in the problem, there's some different options. And you're going to have to look at what equation do I have in front of me and what skill do I have to pull out of my toolbox to solve what I have in front of me right now. Sometimes it's just x's and numbers. Move all the x's to one side, all the numbers to the other, solve it, you're good. Sometimes you see x squared, you're going to have to factor. If you have to factor, you have to think about, is there a number in front of the x squared or not? How do I factor? but we love factoring, so that's not a problem if that's what we have to do to solve it. This one is just simple combining like terms and solving a multi-step equation. So we've actually got 5x minus 38 equals negative 4x minus 8. Add 4x to both sides. Add 38 to both sides. We get 9x equals 30. If you want to put the decimal down, you can, or think about what number can you divide from both 30 and 9. 3, and that would give us the fraction 10/3. So I believe this is 3.3 repeated. Once you're done, you do want to go back to the part of your problem where you had everything factored and think about, would this solution create a denominator that was 0? 10/3 plus 2, that's not 0. 10/3 minus 8, that's not 0. So this answer is fine. If we had gotten an answer of positive 8, would positive 8 work as a solution in this problem? No, because positive 8 would create a denominator of 0. So just check your answers, make sure that your answer doesn't create a denominator that equals 0. Okay, we're going to do number 4 from the worksheet together. I feel like that would be helpful. One of the things that I want you to notice, first of all, is that it says minus x squared over 15. It'd be a really good idea to change that to plus a negative x squared over 15. Just get that negative with the x squared so that nothing crazy happens. Okay, we could try to get all 3 of these denominators to be the same. That's one method. If you can get all of the denominators the same, then you can take everything from the top and that's your equation. But on this one, it's actually easier to try to cancel things out. Think about the numbers 12, 10, and 15. We need the least common multiple. That means a number that's bigger than 12, 10, and 15, but that number, you have to be able to divide it by 12, you have to be able to divide it by 10, and you have to be able to divide it by 15. Can anyone think of a number that you can divide by 12, 10, and 15? 30 is what I think about first, but I don't think we can do 30 divided by 12. What's 30 times 2? 60. Can we do 60 divided by 12? Yeah. So I am going to multiply everything times 60. Okay. Here's the cool thing that happens. This is 60x divided by 12, but because this is multiplication, we can simplify the 60 over 12. What is 60 divided by 12? 5. So that term becomes 5x. 60 divided by 10 is 6, so we have 1 times 6. 60 divided by 15 is 4, so we have 4 times negative x squared. So we end up with 5x equals 6 minus 4x squared. At this point, we need to think about what type of equation do we have and how do we need to factor it. Because we see an x squared, we need to factor. You want your first term, your x squared term, to be positive. I am going to add 4x squared to both sides. And I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides so that we have 4x squared plus 5x minus 6 equals 0. Do you remember how to factor this type of problem? Multiply the front and the back. 4 times negative 6 is negative 24. And we need to add up to 5 in the middle. Yeah, 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6. It's negative 3 and positive 8. That 5x splits into those two numbers. So 4x squared minus 3x plus 8x minus 6. Then we split it and factor by grouping. And most of you are pretty good at factor by grouping if you can get to that point. So these two just have x in common. These two, I think, have 2 in common. So we have x plus 2 times 4x minus 3 equals 0. For solving this blue one, your solution is x equals negative 2. What about this green one? What's the solution for the green part? Positive 3/4. You'd have to do 4x minus 3 equals 0, add 3 to both sides, divide both sides by 4, x equals 3/4.